Ana, Ana, ¿eh? ¿Eh?
¿Qué me está llamando?
Se llama Gabriela. ¿Qué pasó que dijo? ¿Sabe algo?
Que no la dejan ver a Jacqueline más, porque está muy attached con ella y tienen miedo de que se va llorando.
¿Y qué dijo del lugar?
No dijo nada, ella piensa que la van a dejar ir muy pronto, quizá la semana que viene.
Ok.
Me está pidiendo a mí que traiga a Gabriela, mira cómo se va.
Tengo un piso allí en medio segundo. Gabriela no contesta, quiero que la llame. ¿Eh? No quiero ir al pelo, si después ya...
Torah Rabbanon. Uva Aaron Eloel Moed. This is going through the Avod of Yom Kippur. Lama Uba. This Uva Aaron Eloel Moed comes not in order. This should have come after the Kohen Gadol, because the Kodesh, during the Avoda of the Par and the Sa'ir, when he shechs the Par and the Sa'ir, we're going to learn, he brings the blood into the Kodesh Kadoshim and sprinkles it, but prior to that, he had brought the Ketoires and it was left burning there. And then he leaves, he goes outside and he offers the aisle. He has to put on his golden clothes, and then he goes back and to remove the pan of Ketoros from the Kodesh Kadoshim. So that pasuk doesn't come in the right order. That, when he says he goes into the Kodesh Kadoshim to remove it, everything is in order except for that pasuk. My time. We know that he went into the mikveh 5 times and washed his hands 10 times. Now, the Sidron, if it wasn't as if we just learned it, where it's taken out of order, where first he leaves the Ketoris, then he goes back out to offer the aisle, then he goes back in to take the Ketoris out, you would only have Lo Mishkachas Lo Sholosh Tfilos V'Shish Kiddushim. You'd have only had him go in the mikveh 3 times and wash his hands 6 times. So therefore, we have to insert there a going out, offering the aisle, changing clothes again to go into the Kodesh Kadoshim to remove the kafel machto, and then coming back. That adds 2 more tfilos and kiddushim to come up with 5 and 10. Tanya Mariyuda minayla chamish tfilos v'sor kiddushim shetovel kohen gadol mekadosh b'bayom. Talmud loymar uva Aaron elo moed ufashat es bidei abad v'rachatz psaro b'mayim b'makom kadosh v'lavash es b'kadav yatsa v'yasa. Halamadata shekol mishanim avoda lavoda ton tefillah. If you change, if you go from Kodesh in the Azor to Kodesh Kadoshim, you've got to do another tefillah. Am Rabbi, minay lachamish tefillos v'asor kiddushim shetovel kohen gadol mekadosh b'bayom shenemar ksonos bad Kodesh yilbash u'michtas evad yual psaro u'v'yavnei bad Yaakov mitzefet bad Yitztov bigdei Kodesh heim v'rachatz b'mayim es psaro u'levesha halamadata shekol mishanim avoda lavoda ton tefillah. Whenever you go from one place to another, change in Kedusha, you need another tefillah. V'oimer bigdei Kodesh heim hukshu kol abgodim kulon zelazeh. The bigdei Lavan and the big days of all require tefillah. What are the chamesh avodos in order? Tamid shel shacha b'videi zav. He first put on his golden clothes and shechted the tamid shel boiker. And then he had to change to white clothing and did the avoda of the par v'sor of Yom Kippur. Avodah sayam b'videi lava. Then he had to change into the golden clothes to do Elo ve'Elo am b'videi zav. To offer his aisle and the people's aisle was the golden clothes. Then he had to change. He had left the Ktoros burning in the Kodesh Kodoshim. He had to go back and get it. Kafu machta b'vigdei lava. Then he had to change again into golden clothes. Tamid shel ben arba b'vigdei zov. Uminayin shekol tvilu tzricha shnei kiddushim. Each time you went to the mikveh, you have to wash your hands before and after. Talmud lomer ufoshatu v'rochatz v'lavash. After you take off your clothes, you got to wash your hands, and you have to wash your hands before you put on the new clothes. When the kohen first goes into the Beis Hamikdash, he doesn't require tefillah, but we learned that he has to wash his hands ton kiddush. Makom sheton tefillah, where you have to do tefillah, because we changed in Kodesh, Eino Din Sheton Kiddush, certainly we would require washing your hands. Now, maybe it'd be enough just to wash your hands once. That's why we have the pasuk. What's this matam lovash? Klum odem poished. We know that a person takes off the clothing you put on, so it's superfluous. We have to connect taking off your clothes to putting on your clothes. Malavisha ton kiddush, just like putting on the clothes requires washing your hands. Afshita ton kiddush. Ravi Binay lachamish tfilos v'sar kiddushim shetovel kohen gadol kadosh b'bayom. Talmud lomer uva ar lo moed v'rachatz tzrei b'mayim b'bakum kadosh. Lomarata shekol mishanim avodah lavodah ton tefillah. Each time you go from the kodesh to the kodesh kadoshim, you require tefillah. That's, you taught me, that's going from the white clothing to the golden clothing. How do I know the same din with bigdei zav levigdei lavan minayin? Ton Rabbi Shmuel kavachoy. Ma bigdei zav shein kohen nichlas pon lefnai v'lifnim. The kohen gadol does not go into the kodesh kadoshim with the golden clothes and toten tefillah. It requires tefillah. Bigdei lavan shenichlas pon lefnai v'lifnim. Eino din sheton tefillah. So the kavachoymer works. The Gemara says it doesn't work because ikla mifrech mala bigdei zav sheken kaparas and meruba. Maybe since the kohen gadol does so many more korbanos wearing the bigdei zav, and there's more kapara, maybe the kavachomer doesn't work. And elanaf kalemid Rebbe. So we learned it out from where Rebbe learned it. What is Rebbe? I'm a Rebbe. Minay lachamesh tfilos v'sor kiddushim shetovel kohen gadol makadosh b'bayom. Talmud lomer ksoinis bad kodesh yilbosh. Each time you change from Kodesh to Kodesh Kadoshim, you require tefillah. That's ashkachan b'videi zav v'videi love, and that's from golden to white clothing. B'videi love and b'videi zav minayin. Tani Rabbi Shmuel kavachomer. Ma b'videi love and shein kapros and meruba. Wearing the white clothing, it's not a lot of kapara to unin tefillah. Yet you need tefillah. B'videi zav shekaparos and meruba and odin sheton tefillah. The Gemara rejects this kavachomer as well because ikla mifrach malavig they love and shekein nichnas belifnai v'lifnim. The white clothing maybe are more superior because you go into the Kodesh Kadoshim with it. Hainu diktani. That's why we had to resort to a posuk, the oimer, bigdei kodeshem v'rachatz espero b'mayim ulvei sham. I don't need ulvei sham. We know that you have to put on the clothing. Now the chamesh avodos hey. What are the 5 avodos? Tamid shel shachar b'bigdei zav. You start off doing the oilus tamid of the morning, wearing the golden clothing. Then he changes to the white clothing and he does the avodah of the parvis soyer and the ketores. Avodah soyam b'bigdei zav. Then he leaves the spoon in the kodesh kadoshim and he goes out wearing the bigdei zav. Ela ve'ela am b'bigdei zav. Then he changes back to the white clothing. Why? To remove the spoon with the ketores in the kodesh kadoshim. Kafu machto v'videi lava. Then again, he changes into the golden clothing to offer the Tamid Shel Ben Arba'im B'Vigdei Zav. U'minayin shekol tefillah tzricha shnei kiddushim. Each time you require washing your hands before and after. Talmud Lomer ufashat v'rochatz v'lavash. The Gemara says you can't learn it out from there. Habit tefillah. Those are written by going in the mikveh, not washing your hands. So im eno in the tefillah, we don't need it for tefillah. The nafkalem b'Vigdei kodeshem. Tnei inyan lekiddush. We move it to kiddush yadayim raglayim. Freit the Gemara v'lichtav rachmana b'loshen kiddush. Why did it say rochatz? It should say kiddush. Hakamashman the tefillah kiddush. To tell me that in some ways mikveh is like washing your hands. Ma kiddush b'makom kodesh. The kior is in the azora, so it's in kodesh. So teaches me that av tefillah b'makom kodesh. So going to the mikveh has to be also in a mikveh that's in the azor. V'Rab Yehuda kiddush minole. How does Rabbi Yehuda learn the same thing? Nafkalei Rabbi Lazar Rabbi Shimon. On Rav Chizda, hide the Rabbi Mavkim and Rab Meir, Mavkim and Rabbanon. He learns it from either. Mavkim and Rabbanon, the Ilu Rabbanon, Amri Kishu Lavush Mekadesh. The Rabbanon say that you have to wash your hands only after you're dressed. And Rab Meir says, the Iu Amri Kishu Poishet Mekadesh. Not when you, it's when you take the clothes off that you have to wash your hands. Umavkim Rab Meir, but he also learns from Meir. Deal Rab Meir Omar, Hach Kiddush Pasra. The last washing of your hands is Kishu Lavish Mekadesh. But the Chachamim Omar Kishu Poishet Mekadesh. Only when you take it off that you wash your hands. Amar Vacha Bar Yaakov, Hakol Moedim B'Kiddush Sheni. The second time he washes his hands, Shaloi Veish V'Achar Kach Mekadesh. There, everybody agrees that he does it dressed. My time. The Amar Kra, O Vigishtam Elam Mizbeach. Mi she'ena mechusra legishas. A kohen, the only thing that's lacking is coming close to Mizbeach. But someone who's not dressed, so it teaches everybody holds that washing has to be done with him dressed. Neither will hold like Rebbe, because otherwise there would be 15 kiddushim rather than 10, because you'd have to wash before and after the levisha, and after the poshat. It'd be 15 instead of 10. Then the Mishnah said that they brought him the animal and he started the shechita. So first of all, what does krotzoi mean? It means he killed them through shechita. That this was a nevuah that Bavel could come to destroy and kill Mitzrayim. My mashma, where do we see that? The king, the royalty in Egypt, killing nation, Bavel is going to come from the north to wipe out Mitzrayim. Now, how much of the shechita does he have to do? Krotzo become Amar Ula b'roiv shnayim. You have to shech the majority of the trachea and the esophagus, more than 50%, and that's enough. By a bird, ruba shalechad kamo. The majority of one siman by a bird, and the majority of both simonim by a behema, because it says they brought him the tamid krot, so he started the shechita umeir kachar shechita al yodon. Another coin finishes it. The kibel sadam uzroko. The coin gadol receives the blood and does the zrika. Yachal oimerik ye pasul. I might think that if the other coin doesn't finish the shechita, it would be pasul. What do you mean? Yachal oimerik ye pasul. And can't have the avodah ba'acher. If the other coin is going to finish it, it's going to be an avoda that was done with two kohanim. Utnan kol avodas yom kippur v'nekshir selabo. The kohen gadol has to do all the avodas. So hachi kar yachol ye posel midrabanan. I might think it would only be invalid for midrabanan. L'kach shaninu rovechad ba'olf. By a bird, you only need 50% of one, and you need 50% at least of both by a behema. And the chimeacha, the Philip Subidrabonon, like a lameli lamare. So if really all you have to do is 51%, why do you need the other coin to finish it? It's mitzvah lamarik. In order to get the blood to come out better, it's better to cut more than 51%, but technically that's not all you have to do.
Can I ask you something? Is there a case where he goes in